There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Tweaker Pad.
Quiet, please. No need to shout. No need to yell. No need to have a riot. Shut your eyes. Take a deep breath. Oh, you've gone quiet.
They are extremely meticulous and can be easily identified by a headlamp or flashlight, which is inclusive to the tweaker culture. They can usually be found in the company
The Shadow Folk.
You're in Campo, good enough!
Happy camper. You know that part? Will you hand me my water?
I don't know that part.
Your water's much more blue.
Oh my god. There is no alcohol in here, I swear.
Mine's just straight vodka. Oh my god, look at how ridiculous I look. Got Adele playing. Okay, I'm just
I'm hugging a sword. You're dressed as the Matrix.
I am the whole Matrix. I am the mother of all the Matrix. Okay, Lady Gaga, you need to shut the fuck up now. Okay.
Who the fuck?
Who the fuck do you think you are? Are you ready? So I do a little intro.
Okay.
And maybe do a joke.
Little joke.
This is small one.
This is fun.
Not big.
Not big.
Just to get in the mood. And then I'll ask you to introduce
dip
yourself.
your toe in the
Just
water.
dip my toe in the comedy world. Okay, I'm gonna get my alternate personality. What is it called? My alter ego?
My moon sign.
My moon sign. I summoned her.
My Lilith.
What is that?
Your Lilith sign is supposed to be like everything
Demon?
I would hope so. Everything you suppress about yourself.
My light just turned on.
Oh no, mine's a Sagittarius.
Oh wow, mine's probably something.
Maybe she's Virgo.
She's probably also Sag, honestly.
That would make a lot of sense.
You're like, you're trying, but it's not being suppressed. How could you suppress it? You're already at rock bottom.
How much lower can you go?
How low can I go?
There's bedrock, alright.
Do you want this for lumbar support?
I moved it.
Oh,
I don't know.
someone's got a supportive lumbar.
I just hunch.
I've got a hunch. And he's just like...
That's why I can always trust my hunch.
Ow.
I punched your bone.
Punch everything.
My hunch, my hunch. My hunch, my hunch. My lovely lady hunch.
I ain't even had no weed yet. Zero weed.
This is all natural.
All natural, professional high. Alright, I'm gonna get this going. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ramblings at the Tweaker Pad. I am your host, Kylie Inman, and today is episode 18. My podcast is officially old enough to fuck. So get ready.
She fucks.
She's 18, baby.
She fucks.
Oh, she could get it. And joining me today is my lovely, amazing, fantastic, show-stopping friend, Katherine. Give yourself a brief introduction.
Oh, God. A fellow mountain woman, fellow
Yes.
crazy cat lady. When the apocalypse happens, we're gonna be, setting our cats on people.
We are.
Yeah.
Boink. I want to edit the little midget.
A minion.
Yes. It'll be like, bonk. You may be wondering, and you may not be wondering, Kylie, why are you dressed like an idiot? Well, if you've seen any other episodes, I'm an idiot. It's the correct apparel. But no, there's a reason. Today we're talking about the fall of our society, and so I figured I would dress like I'm from the Matrix, because it's time to choose. Are you gonna wake up, or are you gonna stay asleep?
Oh, fuck.
It's time to decide.
It's time.
Make a choice.
I can't make decisions for
It's okay.
myself. Let me call my mom.
I choose for you. The only problem is I think that the red pill wakes everybody up, but I'm not entirely sure.
So that's the one that's Molly.
Yeah. I brought some pills for us. Catherine, you could choose. Hey!
What is this?
The red pill. It's a pill. It wakes you up. This is a sleeping pill.
So uppers or downers is what you're asking
And
me.
this is a bang.
Oh my god. Can I take both?
Yeah.
Okay, I take both.
Okay. The Matrix is like, wait, what the fuck?
This wasn't supposed to happen.
She wasn't supposed
The handbook didn't say anything about this.
Morpheus is like,
He just pulls out his sword and fucking... Be gone, Satan!
the movie just ends right there. You're like, I guess
I wouldn't make it very far.
everybody's good now.
Didn't think I'd make it this far. Here I am.
I like to talk about our drink concoctions because professional bartender. This is straight vodka.
Straight vodka
When
from
you
the tap.
yeah, from the tap. When you wake up and you leave the Matrix, you can just down vodka like
Oh my god.
for Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
Make good bread.
Yes, do good Slav squad, eh? Wear the Adidas. Slav squad. Why are Slavic people always squatting down?
Oh fuck, I don't even know what those people are.
The Slavic?
I'm not cultured.
The Slavic people are always like,
Okay, yes, and they're wearing like the Adidas tracksuits.
yeah.
Oh my god. And
Slav
they're
do
like,
squat.
we're in the gang.
We are a Slav king.
Slav gang. That could be a rapper.
This is actually my album cover.
It should be.
This is live.
Holy shit.
Welcome live to my album cover.
That's perfect. Beautiful.
Thanks.
10 out of 10.
It was orange chicken. Catherine, I would like to interview you briefly.
What you like?
Where-
No.
I can't do anything serious with you. Let me smoke some weed with my friend. Catherine, where the fuck did you come from?
But fuck nowhere. But I like to look just like you.
Wait. Did you just say butt fuck nowhere?
But fuck nowhere.
The term is bum fuck.
Well, it's butt fuck for
It's
me.
butt fuck nowhere.
I said really fuck. I said butt fuck.
It works. It works just as well. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That's really good.
Straight out of D-Town.
Nice.
Descancer. That Descancer drawl.
Yeah. Let's get into that, actually. I'm curious about the Descanso drawl. What the fuck is happening?
It's like slight country
Yeah.
or maybe Texan. I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck you would say it
Mississippi
is.
for some.
We from the South.
I mean, South California.
You're not wrong.
It's still the South.
And it's red over here.
It's red.
So,
Look at these lights.
but
We all
my
took
brother,
the red pill.
my brother grew up around my family. He doesn't fucking no accents anywhere.
Yeah.
And he has the fucking Descanso draw. And people ask him like, "Where are you from? Are you
Yeah.
from Texas?" And he's like, "Descancer."
Descancer? I'm from Descancer.
Born and raised.
From San Diego, California. Well, howdy do. You want to go surfing in San Diego? I swear to God.
My mom just got a puppy, but when we went to buy the puppy,
Yeah.
the lady was from like Michigan or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, "If you don't mind me asking, where are you guys from? Like, you have an accent." And I was like, "It's the Descancer drawl."
Descancer drawl. Yeah, buddy. I'll tell you what, right there. That's our accent right there. Tell you what.
Yeah, fucked up. You fucked up.
Because if I get drunk, it's like, because I have the California, you know,
Yeah.
where every statement is a
I'm
question.
from California.
Question mark? I'm doubting it personally. But then, yeah, every now and then I do the fucking draw thing too. But Parley's, if you guys watched the last episode, Wyatt, born and raised out here,
Same shit.
he says, I was thinking about it.
I'm like thinking about.
I was thinking about
Oh,
it.
God bless your heart.
God bless your heart.
That's fuck you in Southern.
That's fuck you in Southern. It's fuck you in Southern California too.
I would just start saying that to people and see how they fucking react.
You and I we're a particular type of human being. And this is what we grew up with, a lot of land.
Yeah.
Fucking God bless our hearts.
Yeah. God bless our hearts. Dear Lord, everybody fucking hated us for it.
Motherfuckers so jealous.
So
They won't go
fucking
run through
jealous.
my fields. Like,
No, you can't fish in my pond.
but okay, right now there's a debate, since we are on the topic of our society falling apart, and soon inflation is coming. Mass inflation. I'm talking like a gallon of milk is going to cost $25.
My dad talks about that every day. Yeah.
The inflation is coming, and so people are talking about alternate forms of currency and what's valuable and what you should buy. And I think land is honestly the most fucking valuable thing you can have.
It's the shit that gives back.
It
you
does.
can you have that shit on your taxes. You're making investments. It shows that you're responsible.
Right. But then it does something to you psychologically to grow up somewhere with land. Like, what was it for you?
For me, I fucking had this appreciation that I don't think a lot of people have. Like, a lot of people will go on land and just fuck around and whatever. But you and I, when we go somewhere, we actually appreciate
Respect.
what it is,
Yeah.
the nature of it.
Yeah.
We pick up our trash. We try to be clean. And, a lot of people are just like, fuck around.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean, I do a fair bit of fucking around.
we fuck around.
We fuck around.
But it's our own property.
Yeah, it's our own property. For me, it gave me kind of a sense of self.
Oh, yeah.
Because 100%. I
100%.
had all this space, and then the absence of a bunch of people, the way town kids grow up, where it's I'm not constantly being reflected what I am to others. I'm just existing with some fucking plants, and I'm I just do what the fuck I want.
That's what I had this appreciation for nature, and that's why when I moved to LA, I went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I went crazy because it's just concrete
Bad
jungle.
vibes.
Anywhere, bad vibes, first of all. Fucking Satan out there.
Literally.
But
bueno.
You go to nature, you go to a park. And
park kids.
And I'd be like, where's the acres? Where's the swamp? Where's the pond?
Yeah.
Can I fall? I can't.
Where are the critters?
Where the goddamn deer? Tell me right now.
I ain't seen one set of antlers the whole goddamn 6 months I've been here.
I've been looking for sheds.
Oh my god, I have a client that I clean for, and she's like, honey, if you need me, I'll be in my she shed. And she does her crafts in her she shed.
This is kind of your she shed.
This is my she shed.
Oh my god.
Yes. The she shed. That's going on the wall.
Another thing about growing up on land, so I ended up getting a boyfriend when I was up in LA.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Would not, oh my god.
Would not recommend.
We ain't going down that trail right now.
Yeah.
But I would ask him, what was your childhood like? Because you and I grew up in our backyard, making mud pies, fucking around, falling off rocks, getting
the
hurt.
shit out of other kids.
Yes, beating the shit out of ourselves.
It's good for you.
Get bullied by yourself.
Climb a tree.
Get stuck in the tree, and then figure out how to get down by yourself.
I have met 2 men in my life now that have never climbed a tree. And it doesn't seem humanly possible.
Did you punch him in the face?
I was dating one of them.
Oh my god. You're like, get up that motherfucking tree right now.
He was like, I don't really want to. It just seems kind of childish. And I'm like, that's the point. Children are happy.
What the fuck?
You that special kind of retarded.
That's a special kind of retarded.
But what were you saying?
My ex-boyfriend up in LA, I was asking him about his childhood, and he knew how I grew up. He had been to the ranch. And I was like, what did you guys do for fun?
Yeah.
And he just didn't I was like, did you guys go to the park to go be in nature? And he was like, yeah, that was a treat. And I was like,
Yeah.
I went and smoked weed at the Pine Valley Park for fun.
The parks around here are for tomfoolery and nothing else.
fucking soccer
tainted.
practice that you don't go to.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't go to.
I don't go to. I didn't fuck around with sports, alright?
No, the fucking no, you didn't. Catherine was like, I'm on my own goddamn page, okay?
I ain't about that life.
Y'all can never.
Run? Oh, who's telling me to? No, thank you.
Run for fun.
Are you Jesus motherfucking Christ? Because you got no authority.
It's true. That's how you work. Should I get into this fucking topic? This mind-blowing shit? Mm-hmm. Have I told you about this yet? The Fourth Turning book?
No.
Okay.
I'm ready to learn.
This week, I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about this book called The Fourth Turning. And so, gotta take a deep breath to explain this because it's a little bit complicated. These historians were looking at historical patterns in Anglo-American, is that how you say it?
I do not know what that is.
So, like, the group of people who were from England that ended up coming to America,
okay.
their history.
Okay.
There is a specific historical, like on the fucking dot within, like, a 5-year period pattern for the past, like, 500 years of this, like, lineage of people, a cycle that they're in of 4 turnings. And so the first turning is, I have it written down here. So the first turning is the high. Okay. And so it's like the golden age for about 20 years. And then the second turning is the awakening. So spiritually and culturally, they're awakening after their high. Okay, not everything is perfect. Okay, we have places that we could work on. The third turning is another set of 20 years called the unraveling. We were born at the end of an unraveling.
What happens in the unraveling?
The 2000s, you wear a skirt over your jeans. What are you thinking? That's the title.
Eyeliner on the top and bottom.
Yeah.
No, like thick eyeliner on top.
I'm like, that's me right now.
No,
It's
like,
for the Matrix.
put the glasses.
It's for the Matrix. I promise. It's for the Matrix.
We've evolved. Okay.
Okay. We have. Okay, and so you want to try and guess what the fourth turning is?
Fucking destruction.
Yeah, it's a crisis.
The apocalypse.
So we're in the crisis right now. We've been the crisis started essentially like right after 9/11. And the end of every crisis ends with a war. And so we think back 80 years before this, what do we have? World War II or Vietnam. 80 years before that, World War II. 80 years before that, we had fucking whatever. Then there was the Civil War, and then there was the Revolutionary War, and then before that, 80 years, there was whatever the fuck Anglo-European shit was going on in England.
So what do you think in Afghanistan right now? The war we're having is the...
So that's not the big war. Like, that
Okay.
we would consider maybe, like, part of the unravelings.
the beginning.
The beginnings.
Yeah.
So, gosh, it's just, like, it's...
That's a lot.
This book predicted so many things that are happening right now. They predicted Trump. They predicted the coronavirus, not by name, but the
like the
descriptions of
Simpsons.
literally, they're like something like this could happen, and then the world was like, well, let's do that.
Speak it into existence.
That we're gonna do that. They were saying the thing that was gonna spark like the initiation of the crisis that was gonna like be the transformational thing could be something like a terrorist blows up an airplane. What did we get? 9/11. A terrorist takes an airplane into a building. We gotta think about like society changed a fucking lot after that.
It did. People were scared.
And so they talk about the cycles of society within these 20 years, and what happens is it forms the personalities of the generations. So Gen X, okay, the boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z are all from different 20-year periods within this last 80-year period between the last war.
Okay.
And then the war that we're coming into, which will probably be with China.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that shit.
And
it's
so
not good.
War these days, okay, so in the book, they're like historically in war doesn't end until someone has used the most aggressive weapon possible to just
Nuclear,
decimate it.
Yeah.
So I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about how it could be nuclear, but we could already be in the war, and it's 5th generational warfare, and the most powerful weapon we have is mind control. And that's why we're seeing so much propaganda and brainwashing and psyops. Like, I got so the fuck into Q. I got so the fuck into Q.
really did.
I was at your house every day, and I was like, Hillary Clinton is a lizard, Catherine.
You texted me one day, and you were like, so... I found out I'm in a cult. I was like, what?
And I bought that t-shirt that says cult member. So I'm gonna be an idiot. I'm gonna be an idiot.
But that's the thing. People that go into QAnon, full on into QAnon. So I know, like, one of my old friends, family
I never
members.
was like, trust the plan, though. I always was like, the information is real, and I'm still there.
You
but
have
I wasn't
to question
like, Trump isn't the
everything.
savior.
No.
I've seen him publicly speak. He's not the savior. I'm sorry. I watched the debates.
I saw his TikTok dance, okay? I got the same rhythm as him.
Yeah, you do. I want to go to the club and like learn the Trump dance like perfectly and just like hit it.
Like, Lil Pump was up there with him.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't even know that. Who that boy?
Who is that? SoundCloud rap.
That's me coming up, Lil Lamar.
Oh my god. Fuck.
My name's Kylie Lamar.
New mixtape coming out.
No, I was like, you're rapping it because I'm not rapping it. So, I was in this geology class. We're going to get back to, like, the end of the world, don't worry. But just a side tangent. So my great-grandpa on my dad's side is, like, a world-renowned oceanographer. Like, he had, like, groundbreaking discoveries, whatever the fuck. And
Smart man.
he founded Birch Aquarium in La Jolla. Like,
Oh, I love that aquarium.
legit fucking... Maybe I'm wrong saying
Maybe
he
he's
founded
God,
it, but
but-
maybe he's God. Possibly. Not a family man, I've been told. Gonna fuck that shit up. Anyways, what was I trying to say?
Birch Aquarium.
Oh, okay, so when I entered my geography class in college, I entered super late. Like, I was a day late into the class, and I emailed the professor, and I had, like, my full name in the email, because that's just, like, what was attached to my thing. Like, my middle name was on there for some reason. And I was emailing him, and I'm like, I'm really sorry for the short notice. Like, I would love to knock this class out with yours, because I want to take it with my geology class. They kind of go together. Like, please let me know if there's any available spots. Whatever. And he emails me back, and he's like, Kylie Inman. He's like, you wouldn't happen to be related to Douglas Lamar Inman, would you? I'm like, actually, I am.
Actually, my middle name, Lamar.
Yeah, I was like, that is my great-grandpa. And he was like, you are in my class, and I am kicking someone out. He's like, that's my hero. Like, that's my idol. I've looked up to him since I was a little boy. He's like, you're absolutely allowed in my class. He's like, so
I love
Lamar.
that.
It was so sick. He was so cool to me. I was, like, retarded and, like, high as fuck all the time, too. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But I'm still kind of smart, so it was okay.
We got through it.
We got through it. There was this Christian boy that was hitting on me the whole time.
Oh, God, Christian boys.
I was in my crop top. I was like, you don't want none of this.
You want a sinner?
You want a sinner? That was before I, like, had my like, full-blown red pill, too. But I was on my way. I was like, hey, you ever think about how, like, maybe we being manipulated? He's like, every day the devil trying to get us.
Satan on my shoulder.
Every day the devil trying to get us.
I'm here to do the devil's work, honey.
Anyways, so on the first day of class, he introduced me for some reason to everybody as Little Lamar. And so a bunch of people in the class thought that I was a rapper. And, like, these girls went up to me and they're like, hey, Little Mar, they're like, what do you rap? And I was like, my name is Kylie. I don't rap. I was like, if you would like, I have some weird videos on my YouTube. But that's about it. Like,
You made a rap for Polly?
I did, and I rapped to him. So there was that. I'm Little Lamar now. He's like, he introduced it like I was a famous rapper at a community college. He's like, guys, we have a treat with us. He's like, joining us in our class today is Little Lamar. And I was like, hands up.
They're standing up. You got like the boots and cats in the back.
I should be like, yo, teach, give me a beat. I'm sitting in my class and let my fat ass and I'm talking about rocks that was flowing through space. And everyone's like,
they're like, is she really a rapper?
they're like, that bitch got no flow. The only flow I got is once a month when I get my period.
If you're on birth control, you don't even get that.
And when I take the pill, it goes bye-bye. I just turn into an Italian. And then you put the garlic in the pasta sauce and you boil the noodles. Don't forget the salt.
You put the lime in the coconut.
Fix it all up. So, clearly we're in a crisis.
Going back
to my notes.
I have a story about geology.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
This is how Mountain Empire I am.
Dude, that's the new word for retarded.
Yes.
This is how Mountain Empire I am.
When I went to college, multiple times people would talk to me about stuff, and I'd be like, I went to a very small school called Mountain Empire, so please educate me.
Yeah.
But I took a geology class thinking it was geography.
Nice.
And I stuck with it.
Perseverance is the key.
I didn't even realize it was the wrong class until halfway through. He's like, this is how rocks are made. And I was like, oh.
What about latitude and longitude?
Where is Armenia? Where is she?
Where is she?
As soon as you said geology, I thought about it.
Where is she? Armenia's like, hello?
There was a genocide, but
there was like 3 genocides. No one's talking about it. Kind of, everybody's talking about the Armenian genocide now. Because of my podcast.
It's trending on Twitter.
It's trending on Twitter because of the tweaker pad. Okay, so there's a new turning every 20 years.
Back to Earth, okay.
Back to Earth. God, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to write. I feel like she's trying to communicate with me.
Every time I take
I feel like you're trying to say something.
It's the eyeball.
It's like Interstellar. I'm like,
I love
what does
that
it
movie.
mean? Yeah.
That movie was my spiritual awakening.
Remember we did like a whole theater in my room because you love the movie. I was like, Catherine, we go set it up. I had the little chairs. Oh, is that loud for you? Sorry.
The music in the back. Do 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 do. You know the fucking classical music they play for that.
What part?
Most of the time when they're in space, it's like
Most of the time.
I have it on DVD if you would like.
Where is she?
Take a please.
Is this a DVD on a plate?
Just a crumb.
Merely a trifle. Why won't this come out? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Damn, I did not take good notes.
I cut my twinkle nails so I can't like dig it out.
Okay, so the name. Yep. So during a high, these are the kids that are born during the high, and they are classified as like the prophet children. And so they could be prophets wherein like they lead us through the crisis because there are elders during the crisis
So
because they
Johnny.
were no.
Oh.
Like the boomer generation.
Oh.
The boomer generation were born during a high, the 50s, because they came back from the war. And then there was the baby boom. That was the high, because it was the end of the war.
Everybody was fucking.
Everybody was fucking. She could get it. When men come back from war, I'm definitely like...
Men don't die in war like they used to. Have you seen that shit?
No? What?
Getting off topic again.
Yes.
There's this whole thing about so you're raised to be a housewife and take care of the house, hold down the fort.
Right.
And then the men, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
But the women that are all feminist and all that shit.
Yeah.
They're like, we're raised to hold down the fort and wait for the man to come home.
Yeah.
And then they used to get sent off to war, and then you would get everything.
Yeah.
And so that's why women were the way they were, because they were expecting men to die. They were expecting their husbands to die. And
Bold choice.
They were like, men just don't die like they used to.
I feel like that is a false representation of history.
I don't know shit about history.
I feel like, okay, but maybe not. Definitely looking at it through a very specific prism. But
I don't know anything. It's
Yeah.
something I saw online this one time, and I thought they were.
I mean, men did die in the wars. It's real, but I feel like the women wanted them back.
Your husband never came back from war.
Father of your children.
Whoa!
Yeah, I get to milk all the cows and lift all the hay. I'm excited. Now I'm 90. Fucking great. I guess that's why you would have like 10 sons, though.
You get to marry again. Huh? Something new.
But God was like, no!
Your husband survived. I'm sorry.
I honestly, I am so attracted to Spartans.
This is Sparta.
Yeah, no, even the gay ones. Like that.
Well groomed.
I just think about a Spartan orgy, and then Robbie posted a meme that he made that was it was the lady winking from that one show that everyone's posting right now from the fucking WandaVision, where she's like,
I am not with times.
it's fine. It's a lady winking, but it's oh, when you're a Spartan and you forget to invite all the women to the orgy, and it's when you forget to invite them to the orgy.
Hey, gay shit used to not be such a big deal back then.
Yeah.
People make a bigger deal of it.
Well,
now
that
than it
was
is.
during the fall of their society, too.
Once again, I know nothing about history. I was taught by Mr. Jones.
I don't know shit about history either. I hang out with Robbie for 30 minutes, and I was I will store that in my brain for a
I know
little
that's back there somewhere.
bit. Robbie's like, did you know the forks were actually created in ancient? I'm like, whoa, I did not actually know that.
Who made the goddamn sporks?
Who made the sporks? Sporkicus.
Sporkicus.
That's my Spartan name. Sporkicus.
Your sword is just made
I just spark and I'm trying to kiss everybody. I'm like, hey, when you get a little drunk, you will go make out with me.
I am jacuzzi.
It's the move.
Maybe a cat will come in.
Totally true. Okay, let me describe these generations. So the boomers are the prophet generation. And so a crisis can go well when the prophet generation plays their role and leads us and guides the young generation through it. Looking at our boomers, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned. The narcissist, they predicted the narcissism of the boomer generation. They're we're seeing a pattern.
I've got a prime example with me.
Okay, and so then this would be my parents were born at the end of this would be the awakening, and they're called the nomads. I forget what their fucking role is.
Yeah, not important.
There'd be Kurt Cobain and Cry, I guess. And then there's the hero generation. You're not a hero.
Thanks.
You're the next generation. I was I'm literally the last year of the hero generation.
Hero.
The last hero.
The savior.
Oh my god. Yeah, and we all essentially have a god complex.
Once again. That makes sense.
Yes. The nomads are millennials, by the way. Oh no, the nomads are Gen X. Oh wait, fuck. No, I'm not a hero.
No.
I mean, I am. I could be a hero.
You'll be my hero. Oh my.
I need a hero!
Two different. I can be your hero, baby.
I've never heard that in my life. I need a hero!
Shrek once again.
Oh, really? It's pretty cold in here. God damn, let me get this heater closer to us. Are you chilly?
Honestly, I have vodka.
Oh, yeah. But you're actually cold, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you only feel warm when you're drunk because it thins your blood, so it rises to the surface, and so you feel it on the surface of your skin, and that's how we interpret our temperatures.
I have a story about that.
Let's hear it.
I saw this thing the other day.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
I learned things on TikTok. I don't look them up.
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, I will accept that as truth from now on, thank you. And the Chinese are like...
They control my brain.
Yeah.
But the chef, so the Titanic movie
Yeah.
is...
That's how I'm gonna say it.
It's not historically correct.
No.
So the chef was the last person on the boat,
Really?
but he was an alcoholic, and he had
Good for
drank
him.
so much that night that his blood alcohol level was so high
Yeah.
that his body could not freeze when he hit the water.
Nice.
Yeah, he survived. So basically,
Adapt, overcome.
Be an alcoholic and you gonna survive.
That was God just like, this will be a funny story.
I saw that and I was like, takes a drink.
Shot. Everybody!
Straight out the bottle.
He's just chilling on the water like, yo, what the fuck?
This is fucking weird. Where am I?
His liver's like, yeah, fuck you, man. Fuck you. One last time, eh?
You get to survive this bullshit.
Right.
Okay. Generations.
Okay, so, no, we are the hero. I'm so confused.
Hello.
Oh, no. The artist is being... Guys, listen. I'm really trying to educate myself.
Lately, I've been taking a look in the mirror.
I'm trying to learn. Maybe I should try baking instead. Maybe I should try a different kind of baking, okay?
That works too.
Yeah, they're both good. Alright, whatever. I don't know
not
what the
both?
fuck I'm saying. Anyways, during a crisis, the elders give orders and the young do great deeds, right? That's how it's supposed to be. And then we're in a crisis right now. I want to just keep letting you guys know we're in a crisis!
This is a crisis.
This is a crisis. Okay, during the awakening, the old dead...
Deader. Oh my god.
These are useless.
Edder.
I really thought I took some good notes. These are not good at all. Let's talk about the Matrix.
You can keep trying. No, but I'm not judging.
Neo, you're the one. The one that I want. Ooh.
I don't know anything about the Matrix.
Ah, you haven't seen it? I seen the first one.
I haven't seen it.
Kind of like anime.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're in the sky and they're like...
I think you know who a man is when he tells you what anime have you watched, and you go,
I actually dated one guy that watched anime. And that was actually some spectacular dicking.
the penis does not correlate, but
It was...
the personality.
No, he was actually cool. But he was like artistic, you know?
No, there was a little different. We're all different.
He was younger than me, so I was like willing to accept it.
And you're like, okay, you'll learn.
Yeah, you'll learn.
I've been telling people that lately.
You'll learn.
People will fuck me over, and I'll be like, you'll learn. You got a lot to learn about your character.
Yeah. This is like making weird lighting on you, and that one dude looks spectacular.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll
She
go
thinks
move it.
I'm warm. I did.
Okay, what's more important?
I do not need warmth.
I'll turn the lights up.
I do not need warmth.
All of the lights. Boop, 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 boop. But what about the brightness?
Who made that song? Like Kanye?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kanye 2024.
Kanye 2024. I don't know. It might be Trump, and he might really be the last president.
Oh my god. So when you were talking about the like every 80 years,
Yeah.
saw another thing
Yes.
about how the Indians, what is the proper name?
Native Americans.
Native Americans.
The indigenous people.
Indigenous people.
Yes.
So when we
Politically
came
correct.
and started taking over and all that bullshit,
Right.
they cursed the land.
Right.
So there was going to be a fall every 20 years. And there was something, I don't know the specifics, but something about every 20 years, something has happened to a president.
Yeah.
So every 20 years, a president has died, and Trump is due next.
Whoa.
Maybe it's Biden, though.
Either way, they're both fucking ancient.
You can't-
I mean, I'm
you
not
can't
gonna be
fucking
like,
form a sentence.
whoa, they died! Whoa!
Hey, Trump got COVID, and he overcame it.
Yeah, he was like,
He was like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go in a penthouse.
I was so happy, dude. I was so happy he lived through that.
Did
I
you
was
see
scared
the
as fuck.
shit he was living in while he had COVID?
No.
It was literally a hospital room, but it was a fucking penthouse.
So bougie. Love it. Why were people so mad at him?
Like, he's
Okay, you
seeing
know-
a million people. Of
Yeah.
course he's gonna fucking come in contact with that shit.
Yeah. What makes me so mad is that people would just like listen to the media and be like, he's racist, and then they'd be like, well, he's racist. This is literally what woke me up, because I was like, we have a fucking racist president? I was like, that's ridiculous. So I looked into it. I couldn't fucking find a single thing. And I'm a tweaker, mind you. I looked. And then Biden, you can literally find videos of him saying the N-word like all over the fucking place, and no one's got a problem.
There was some. Where you at? I got something for you.
I got a little information. Red or blue? Red or blue?
I got Martha and I got Stuart. They're fucking ready. Your bitch knows how to fight now.
And I'm a fire sign.
And I'm an arsonist.
I wish. See, you know what's weird? I literally romanticize being like a criminal. Like if I feel like
Trying to know what prison's like.
yeah. I don't know. There's just a part of me that wants like total chaos.
I'm Prison Mike.
Yeah, like I want to be like
There's like a fun side to it
cult
where you're
leader.
just absolutely not giving a fuck and doing everything that you could ever want to do and just like no morals to it. That voice isn't in the back of your head and you just go crazy
just
with
full
it.
sociopath. They're really the ones enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they do whatever the fuck they want, but then they spend a lot of time reflecting on it.
Sociopaths?
No, if you get caught doing some like
I don't think they reflect on it. I think they're sitting there like, jail sucks.
you know how they're like, oh, praise Jesus, I'm a changed man.
Yeah. Dude, this... I'm like, oh, you think you have ownership over me? That's fucking funny, actually.
I'll say it so you can put it in if you would like.
Yeah.
Something about men is they love the chase.
Yeah.
They fucking love the chase.
I love the chase too.
I do too, but men love it too. I think it's just like a human instinct where if you're not getting what you want, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna keep chasing after it. And so that's why men are fucking relentless in DMs, because if you talk to them like, hey homie, whatever, and you just kind of like brush it off, they can feel that energy.
The rejection.
And it makes them want you more.
Yeah.
And that's something that...
I'm sorry, guys. We need to heal our attachment issues because this is not good. This is not a good sign.
I'm not saying it's healthy, but
We're
I'm
in a
saying
crisis!
it's effective.
I know, I'm like, when I like someone, I'm like, I'm gonna play hard to get with them. And they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey, I love you! Let's run away together!
Want to hang out sometime?
Yeah, literally.
One-on-one, maybe?
Like buying them gifts and like doing them favors, and I'm like, I can't help myself. I'm gonna explode if I don't give you all my affection. And they're like, now I don't like you, and I'm like, you're weird.
I have nothing left to give.
Whew.
So when it comes to men right now, if they chase me, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But if they don't want me,
Yeah.
I chase them. I do. And that's where I'm like, I'm going to take a step back.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a step back and just chill out with my cats, take care of Rummy, take care of my mom.
Yeah.
Like, now's not the time.
I mean, to be completely honest, like, what's going on within my loins, I want a warlord. Like, I want... Alpha fucking, like, bro.
Tell me what to do. Don't let me tell you what to do.
Well, I mean, not me.
I'm
It's not possible, but you could try.
I feel like if someone came to you that had that alpha energy, yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't be a dick. I don't want, like, some alpha guy that's like, you do that same bitch.
No, that's not alpha.
No,
that's
you're
insecure.
Right. You're right. And I know that.
Yes.
But thank you for reminding me. God fucking damn it. I just took the red pill.
Fuck the red pill.
Why?
Fuck the blue pill.
Fuck all the pills.
Fuck all the...
This is just big pharma.
I was gonna say, fuck you, big pharma.
Yeah. That's
Ooh.
what this whole pandemic is, just fucking big pharma, like,
Oh my
wing
God.
jangling, it's wing jangler.
The people that have profited off of this shit, what's crazy is when you look into the millionaires that have bought into stocks before COVID was released.
Oh, our own members of Congress.
Yeah, they
That's
knew.
called insider trading.
They fucking knew.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, was it planned?
But Event 201 was literally several months before this happened, where all of the world's leaders and billionaires from around the world gathered in New York City to run a simulation of a corona-type virus. That the only difference, literally everything happened the way they
Holding
predicted.
the sword.
Yeah, I know. The only difference was that it started in Mexico, and that's because they had people from China investing. They didn't know we were going to scapegoat it on them. And not it wasn't America, but it was some American billionaires.
Do you think
Bill
it
Gates.
started in China?
Yes, yeah, it started. The Wuhan laboratory is where it started.
There's a bunch of people that came out about it and then they ended up disappearing.
Guess who invested millions of dollars in the Wuhan laboratory? Verifiably, you can check the receipts. Dr. fucking Fauci.
I thought you were gonna say Dr. Phil.
Dr. fucking Phil! He's like, you're a loser. I hate you. Give me $100.
You're going to the ranch.
I'm gonna be inserting so many Dr. Phil soundbites up here over like coronavirus chaos.
Fuck you. Give me $200.
Yeah. You're ugly. You're stupid. Give me $200.
I know he's not.
You are an idiot. I love Dr. Phil. Dude,
know
when
he's not a
Dr.
real
Phil was on
doctor.
Joe Rogan, I was like, he is a real doctor.
He does. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Those eyes.
Yes. I'm a real doctor. Sorry. I'll get you.
Everybody's saying that Dr. Phil is not a real doctor.
More Chinese propaganda. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
fucking TikTok.
Disinformation. Fake
God
news.
damn it.
It's fake news.
You're gonna like correct all my TikTok knowledge.
I might be wrong, honestly.
I don't know. I've never looked into it. Like I said, I see things and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Maybe true, maybe
Yeah,
not.
that's where I'm at. I'm like, I've completely let go of like all belief systems. I do believe in insectoid alien Jesus because I did meet him personally. We did interact. That's why I don't care about you guys' approval because I know I got insect alien Jesus right here with me. But and normal Jesus because I think they might be the same thing. That might just be his higher form. And then he came
Maybe Chaz is Jesus.
a little bit.
Yeah.
We're all a little bit Jesus.
No, she's Mary.
Yeah.
She never had sex, but she had babies.
Yeah. Honestly,
She's
we were
the
in my
purest.
apartment alone, and I was like, "Why are you pregnant? How did this happen?"
That should have been our first sign.
Yeah.
The fucking
My little gray cat is Jesus then.
what do they call that? The rapture.
No,
rapture.
the rapture is when the Christians go up to heaven and everyone else is left here in purgatory. You're thinking of divine conception?
No, when like it's their version of the apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
And they're like the signs of the
Revelations.
rapture. Yeah, they're like they're coming.
Dude, we should read about Revelations. I love Revelations. Very like powerful diction. I'm into that language.
I know nothing about religion, and I should because I went to a private Catholic school for like my first few years of life.
You did.
And
Once again, you're like, no one gonna tell me what to do. That's just how you been.
I didn't realize. So when
Bible Hub, like, basically, is that like a play on Pornhub? Why would you make Bible Hub based off? Wait, Hubs were before Pornhub.
Oh.
Never mind. I'm a sinner.
That's disappointing.
Actually, fuck porn. It's disgusting, man. Get away from it. You're gonna be a better man. I love all the like the no fap culture on the internet, like all men that are like men encouraging men to be better, like don't let them sell your soul, like you could have a real relationship with a woman, you're worth it. And I'm like, yes. And porn makes men really bad at sex, by the way.
Well, it gives like false
It's a
expectations.
fantasy.
False
It's a fantasy.
expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you think, oh, if I go hard and like this bitch don't give a fuck. Most of women's climaxes are actually from emotional connection.
Oh, really?
If you don't have an emotional connection with, that's the crazy part. You wonder why you can't get off with people, and then you realize that you didn't have an emotional connection with them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously there's nerves down there and shit like that.
Right.
But they think if they just go hard,
Yeah.
it's gonna work, but that's not.
Ridiculous because the male fantasy is that sex is for their pleasure and that like
It's about me, baby.
yeah, and their narcissism. I'm not bashing men. We all have like narcissistic elements that show up archetypally. But for them, it's like, oh, she's getting off on the fact that I'm having the most pleasure, and it's like that's not how it works.
I feel nothing, baby.
Like why aren't you here to worship and surrender yourself to the divine feminine and give yourself over to it and serve it like a fucking man?
This pussy's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
prize.
A prize to be won. It's just like any of the dudes that I was with, the men,
the dudes.
the broskies.
We'll call them dudes because fuck.
Some of them were men.
Some.
No, none of them actually. Brad.
I gave you that one.
Brad's a man. He needs to get his shit together. fucking date me. I'm gonna have to block that out.
Cut.
Everyone's gonna know because I fucking recite the same things every day. But the men that I was in relationships with that watched a lot of pornography, the sex was significantly dampened because it just was like they weren't there. It was almost like they were trying to, like, reenact something that they saw on a screen that, like, only works because you're getting different angles and you're moving from this and then you're shining this up and you're blah, blah, blah. And it's totally artificial, you know? None of it's real. If you know anything about making a video and cutting a video.
My
and
stepsister. You know,
Oh,
all
God, I
that
can't
weird
fucking
shit.
stand that shit.
That weird shit.
That's just, like, that's trauma, like, bleeding out through society. Like, guys, we got some skeletons in the closet.
I think most people that you meet are traumatized and have had shit that happened in their childhood that they repressed.
Yeah.
And you can see it through, I mean, let's say the relationships we have with men that are addicted to porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can tell.
You
can
tell.
fucking tell. And it sucks because most of the time it doesn't hit you till later, where you're like, they were traumatized, and maybe the reason why they were doing this was because of something that happened when they were younger.
Oh yeah, that's
And, like, in the
actually
moment.
why. That's
Yeah.
actually, and that's the only way you can get them to kind of stop doing it too. Like for me, I had a boyfriend who was into that, and I had to come to them vulnerably and be like, I feel so fucking worthless and insecure, and I feel disgusted and I feel used and I feel so much shame when you watch that stuff and you get off on another woman.
Yeah.
Because we have a private, intimate connection and an emotional
That's
connection.
for you and me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I make myself vulnerable and I show up for you to the best of my ability and I give myself to you, and then you go and you mentally put yourself with someone else. And now you violated the trust of that, like, that moment that we had together.
That's part of the, like, connected
Like,
consciousness that we talked about.
Right.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
when you're doing that, you're not putting good energy out
Right,
into
like,
the world.
are you feeding the union of you and I? Or, I mean, that's emotionally cheating. Like, you are cheating mentally.
At
What
the same
happens in
time-
your brain, your body doesn't know the difference between what you're seeing and what's actually happening. And so, one, it's turning you into a cuck. Two, it's actually making you attracted to transgender men. The rise since pornography has come out is exactly correlated, and they've done these tests with men that are addicted to pornography, end up being more attracted to, like, men with dicks and breasts because they're so used to coming and looking at a penis when they come that they're rewiring their biology.
Ooh.
So there's that, and then your body also doesn't know the difference. So you're actually lowering your self-esteem, you're lowering your testosterone levels because you're watching another man fuck a woman that you find attractive.
I knew a man, not gonna say his name,
Yeah.
that he was my old friend, and he wouldn't watch porn with a guy that had a big dick because it made him feel insecure.
I mean, I get it.
I get it, but at the
I'm
same
not
time,
following all these Instagram models because it's like, oh, it makes me feel great.
it makes me feel so good. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's
It's like, just don't watch porn then.
yeah, it's like fucking grow up.
Right.
Grow up.
Right.
And you're a Christian man, claim to be a Christian man.
Yeah. I think those guys struggle with it the most.
Oh, not everybody. A lot of people turn to religion. I've said this a million times. A lot of people turn to religion as comfort and a way to forgive themselves for the wrong that they've done in their life. So they think if
Some
I've given...
people do it as like a superiority complex.
That's too, yeah. They think if I've given myself to Jesus, he forgives me for everything.
Yeah.
And in reality, the only approval that you need is your own.
Yeah.
And that's just teaching you to... I don't know if you want to call it codependency. It kind of is. It's just teaching you to look to somebody else for forgiveness for yourself.
But I feel like, so for me, like I'm all about God. I do fuck with Jesus. I wouldn't say I'm a Christian because I think when people say God, they mean very different things.
But you believe in a higher power.
Right, definitely. Super connected to it. I love you, God.
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
Every time I pray to baby Jesus, something good happens.
Dude, honestly, my cats get so happy when I say the word Jesus, so I sing like Jesus and like Bible humps in it, and they start purring, and I'm like, you have to think about like how much good energy has been fed into that word and that concept, you know?
Ever since you told me about that, I hold Luna. I have a Siamese cat named Luna. I hold her like a baby, and I sing Hallelujah to her.
Good. She loves it.
And she sits there, and she just like...
Our cats are Christians, guys.
Fuck. Maybe,
Everyone thought cats were for witchcraft, but cats are for Jesus, guys.
but Jesus, maybe a little bit of witchcraft in the mix.
But I do think cats live in that in-between world between, like, the spirit world and the physical, and that's why they always be looking at some crazy shit. But anyways, back to the point I was making about, like, a man coming out of pornography addiction. One, if you're in a relationship with him, you gotta tell him how it makes you feel. You have to be, like, vulnerable about that.
You have to be honest.
You have to be honest. Yeah. And have boundaries and be like, look, to me, this is cheating. So it's either me or it's this shit, and make a choice.
Those are two of the most important things in your life: honesty and boundaries.
Right. And so then when they make the choice, it's all about you being there for them. To be like, now we start building the trust, you know? I'm honestly scared to get into a relationship again because I'm like, I just have this, like, fear that there's no men out there that aren't watching pornography. And I'm like, I literally will not tolerate or accept it.
The only man that I have been with that wasn't obsessed with porn was abusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
outlier.
like... I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, honestly, what I believe, my brother's girlfriend now, she came to terms with the fact of being alone. And she said, I'm okay being alone. And if that's how it's going to be, then that's how it's going to be. And she got comfortable with herself. Yeah. And then my brother came along, who is the greatest person I've ever known in my life. And honestly, the best man that...
a good, like, literally a man.
A man.
Look to him as an example, folks.
Yes. Johnny is one of the best men in our fucking county.
Number one man.
Yeah, he's just a good guy all around. Yeah. And that's where I'm like, when you stop looking, good finds you. And what you put out, if you put out the good energy and you just focus on being a good person for yourself, then the good will find you.
Yeah. You're right. I feel like I do that, but my mind really is, like, if I'm going to be vulnerable for a minute with the whole world, I do, like, I'm very worried about having a good relationship and finding the right partner so that I can give my kids, like, a stable home, and like, I'm focused on all that shit, which I think women should be, like, we should be a little worried about it. I don't have a lot of time.
I worry about it.
But yeah, it's hard to know that truth that, like, okay, like, I need to claim my energy and I need to have mine, and that's going to be magnetic, and the thing that I want's going to come to me. And then also be in that state where you're, like, truly feeling the lack, and you're in that lack mentality of, like, there's not a good man in my life, and is he coming, and who is he, and, like, what are my options? Is it the men that are around me? Do I need to get on the internet? It feels like
you're just wandering. You're just in the void fucking wandering. Yeah. And that's the worst part, where you want that love, that genuine love of an alpha man, a good man, and a good man is an alpha man.
Should we, okay, instead of revelations, let's look up definition of an alpha man.
And I just think every woman wants that kind of love where they know that a man is going to be good to their kids, and they're going to be good to her. Yeah. And they're going to be good to the people in their lives, too. Yeah. And I think a lot of the people that we know aren't that. And so that's what worries us, is half of the people, like, that...
where are the examples?
Exactly. Half the people we've ran into have not necessarily been the greatest.
Yeah. Hold on. You know what? Teal Swan has, like, a whole... Whatever. I'm not going to get into Teal Swan on my podcast. I would rather just talk to you. But she was talking about how... She was talking about divine masculinity. And so when I talk about an alpha male, I'm not thinking of, like, the most aggressive, the strongest, whatever.
Yeah, that's not alpha.
I imagine divine masculinity when I use the word alpha male, which is a man who takes positive ownership of all of the people in his life. Yes. And so we have, she was saying, like, we have this stigma to the word, like, ownership, like, because of slavery throughout human history. Yeah. Like, oh, you're not supposed to own other people, but there's such thing as positive ownership. Like, when a man takes positive ownership of his car, he takes really fucking good care of it. And he invests time into learning about it, and he gives it the correct oil that it needs, and he will pay attention to the minute little details, you know? And it's not cars in general that he's concerned with, it's that one car that's his, you know, and he learns about that one car. And it's like, Is this a shitty example?
No, we're not cars, okay?
Yeah.
But at the same, no, that's, you have to look beyond the car.
Right.
Like,
But to do that with the women and the children and the people in your life and to step into that role, like, I feel like men don't understand the power they have and how needed they are. And we're all struggling because we keep reinforcing this, oh, I don't need no man, I don't need no man.
That's what I was
which
just
is
gonna
like,
say.
okay,
good for you.
I feel like you probably do.
Yeah.
I
if
feel
you're
like
saying that kind
I feel
of
like
shit,
we all do.
what kind of father figure did you have?
Like,
you know?
like the world is crying out for the divine masculine and the divine feminine right now because I feel like we've just like abandoned the positivity in the genders, you know? It's okay. You know what?
It's okay to be different.
Right. And it's okay for the people who don't align with the gender stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do you really want everybody to be like that? Because then you're not this special outlier anymore. And why is it, like, people are trying to get rid of the word normal. Like, there's no such thing as normal. And it's like, there are such things as normal. And it's fucking okay. And it's like, we can love you and we can appreciate you for being an outlier. And we can still have, like, our lives doing what we want, you know?
I think everybody...
And you can still be a part of the community. That's the thing. Not like an outlier, like you're outside of the group. But like an outlier, like you're different and you're unique.
It's okay to be different.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be...
Not be.
Yeah, it's okay to necessarily be what is normal in society.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think everybody with the whole being an outcast, being... the gender stuff, all of that craziness and all of the you don't need no man...
Fourth wave feminism.
Yeah, exactly. I think
But at the same time, it's almost looking to the government to be like a parental figure for them, where it's like, you need to make sure that men have a curfew so women can walk the streets at night so we feel safe. And it's like, that's not being an adult.
The world has never been okay for women.
Yeah,
Never.
it's reality.
It's reality. And I learned that hard when I moved to LA.
Yeah.
And no matter what, no matter how much you want to change the world, no matter how proactive you want to be, you're not going to be the one to change the world, and neither are any of these other people, because that's the way of the world.
Yeah.
And they're telling you that you need to raise men different, you need to raise them to respect women. If you look at half of the way, if you look at the way that men are raised, they aren't raised like that. They aren't.
Their mothers coddle them because they're so afraid of masculinity that they say, no, you can't be masculine. And so they've got this, like, consuming, the devouring mother archetype. And so they rebel against femininity and they dethrone it.
They hate women.
They hate women. And then women hate men. And it's all fear. It's all fear of each other. When we have this divinity within us that we can bring forward.
That's what lately... I've been taking a hard look inside, and I've been taking a hard look just at simply existing. And I think everybody thinks too fucking hard. They think way too much about this bullshit. Just live
And not enough.
Way too much and not enough at the same time. Like, either you're full on or you're nothing at all.
Yeah.
And that's the radicalism that's going on right now.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just like... just exist.
Yeah.
Just fucking exist and try to be a good person.
Right.
And good will come to you. Going back to that.
This is going back to the thing we did about the land, because whenever I get caught up in the shit, society and the thoughts and all the programming and men and women, I think about how would I, if I just walked outside and all of this stuff disappeared and the only thing that existed was right in front of my face, how would I behave? And then I look at all this land and I'm surrounded by nature and things are just fucking working, you know? And then I'm relieved because I'm like, there's the Earth, Mother Earth has a way of figuring things out and balancing them out and taking care of it. And it's like, who are we? And this is where I think you should believe in God, because otherwise you think you're smarter than God and you think you can fucking biohack society and make it a utopia. The word utopia literally means place that doesn't exist.
Damn.
So chew on that for a second. Welcome to the Matrix, motherfucker.
Red or blue.
Red or blue. The 90s are over. Wake up.
They making a comeback though.
They're making like a little bit. Like, check it out. The fit, I feel it. I do look like a caterer underneath this.
Going back to you talking about going outside.
Yeah.
So I was living with this girl for a while.
Yeah.
And, I mean, her family was very into the news and, you know, they had a group chat where they'd always talk about what was going on in the world, and it was always the end of the world. They were very QAnon.
Yeah.
And...
I love that that's, like, an adjective.
But it is.
We're very QAnon.
But they were always freaking out.
Yeah.
And in the mornings, that's my time to wake up, be calm, do what I need to do. And sometimes she'd tell me about the news, and I'd be like, hold on. Look out that window right now.
Yeah.
And she'd look outside, and I'd be like, see how the wind's blowing? See how the trees are just existing? The birds are flying? The bunnies are fucking...
on me. I'm listening.
I'm like, the bunnies are hopping around. Life continues.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not the end of the world. And I think a lot of what media is trying to portray right now is like, it's the fucking end of the world. It's not.
Yeah.
Step outside.
Yeah.
Go sit under an oak tree for an hour and tell me the world's ending.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's... I feel this, and I agree with this. And for your own, like, satisfaction in your life, you need to have that. And, like, having a meditation practice, I absolutely need to grab hold of my meditation practice again.
Me too.
I was the shit when I was meditating.
It's so
Felt so
good.
good.
I think everybody needs to meditate.
Right, absolutely. But on the other hand, I do think, not that the world is ending, human beings, I think, will be fine. But I'm not even going to say the word believe anymore. I'm actually going to say I know, because I know this. And when I say I believe, it gives people a chance to be like, oh, this is just a conspiracy thing, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I do know this, and I fucking looked into it, and I've been doing nothing but researching it for like 2 fucking years. And it's so in our fucking face now, we can't deny it anymore. If you want more information, go watch episode 10 of the podcast where I talked about techno-tyranny. If you want minute details, and read Whitney Webb's articles, because this bitch has the information. And watch InfoWars, because as much as Alex Jones sounds crazy, the motherfucker is smart and knows what he's talking about. My point, though. We're very blessed and lucky to have the land we do, and to be able to go outside and be like, I'm going to meditate and look at the creek and whatever. There's an agenda to make these smart cities where everything is under complete control of a global one world order.
Oof.
Small amount of people controlling everything through the interconnectedness of technology. So a smart city means, like, literally everything is connected to these electrodes and cameras. So everything knows
like
where...
smart home type shit.
Smart home, but, like, to the max in a whole city. And this is why I think they did the whole coronavirus thing, and, like, they're gonna do the inflation and crash the economy. They want people to move out of the major cities, like LA and New York. That's why they're being vacated in mass, because they're gonna transform them into smart cities and then have people move back in and cull the human herd. It's up to people on the outsides, people that have land, to form militias and to stay together. And you know what? A lot of prophets have prophesized that, like, there will be there won't be countries anymore. There's just going to be, like, these massive super cities. And so it's going to be kind of like the Hunger Games. Like, there's, like, regions, essentially.
Shit.
A lot of these books were written by people who were prophesizing, like, the end of the world, the fourth turning that we're in.
Yeah, they were smart about that shit.
They had awoken from the Matrix. What was the tangent I was getting on? Anyways, they prophesized that there was going to be people living on the outskirts of these places, but life was going to be brutal and, like, hard for them. But it's like,
We're already kind of living like that.
right? And so I'm like, I want to get connected to the land. Like, I want to use the self-sustaining technology that we have right now to literally prep in the time we have, and, like, create community and talk. Like, I'm fucking serious. Like, I'm about ready to be interviewing the sheriffs around here.
That's part of what my dad, when you came over the other day, and my dad was talking to you about the people he knows.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like before technology, is you knew everybody in your town.
Yeah.
And you knew everything, not everything about them, but you knew a lot about them.
It was a little ecosystem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if things do get to that point with technology where there's smart cities and crazy shit like that, there's going to be the people like us who, you know everybody that you see at the local market. And
But you have to sacrifice, because there might not be a market. It might be like, we have farms. Like, we're not a part of the system.
I'm all right with having a garden.
Yeah. and you don't really have.
But Farmer Jerry over there, sure, he's gonna give you a few potatoes for dinner tonight.
No, but having community, and that's what I think right now. It's so important for us to let me make sure this shit's still recording. Fucking check ourselves, and wow, I hope it didn't stop.
I don't think it did.
Okay. To check ourselves and to grow spiritually and emotionally so that we can band together and have real unity, not on a political level, but on like a human-to-human basis, and be fucking pro-human again.
Well, that's what I think has happened with technology is everything's on your screen.
Yeah.
You don't have to interact with these people anymore. You just, the people that we know from high school, we wouldn't know them anymore if it wasn't for Instagram and all that shit.
Yeah. But maybe
the distant people.
Maybe we would have known them more if we had even less technology. Because that would have been like our people.
You got to know people.
Yeah.
Before you could Google shit, my dad had this conversation with me the other morning about how when he first started farming the ranch, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He had to go and talk to the local old men around Descanso and figure out what to do. And they would lend him equipment, broken equipment, and then he'd have to go talk to more people.
To learn how to fix it.
To learn how to fix it. Yeah. He didn't have a fucking blueprint. He didn't have anything. He didn't...
You had to have social skills.
Yeah. There's no library book on that shit. Like, he fixed so much shit on his own. And that's where... I'm sure he could still remember how to fix that stuff. Because nowadays, you Google something and you forget it.
Right, because you don't... Your brain's going, oh, this is here for me. I don't need to store it. Whereas otherwise, if you just hear it, someone says it to you, you're like, okay, fuck, that's my only way of having that information is remembering it.
And I think as a teenager, you grow up and you're like, fuck my parents, fuck this, fuck that, I'm gonna get out of here.
Same.
They don't know anything. Yeah, we both went through that stage. We've both been through a lot of
we had the right to in certain ways.
We did. I think we had to learn the hard way.
Right.
But I've come back home and I've realized how intelligent they are.
Same.
And how much you can learn from them.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that quick knowledge that leaves your brain like that. So he could still tell me things that he learned from back in... Fuck, he was born in the 40s.
Yeah.
He can tell me things from like...
Forever ago.
Yeah.
The past.
The past.
I got an encyclopedia walking around my house.
And that's what you have to learn how to... I think we need to disconnect from the technology that we rely on.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good for people.
I literally was like on a mission to get rid of my iPhone. And then so I was like, all right, I'm just going to use it a lot more because I'm about to get rid of it. And then I got full-blown addicted to it.
Yeah. It's
I'm like
so
addicted
easy.
Right now.
But that's what they want.
Yeah.
And they tailor everything to you so that you do
Should we get rid of our iPhones together? I want someone to do it with me because like I need assistance.
No, yeah, okay, I'll get rid of my social medias. I still have to be able to fucking reach people.
Yeah.
But
like a flip phone. I'm gonna get a little fucking flip phone.
I would love to
see. I'm caught between wanting to disconnect completely from like tech and everything, and being a total attention whore and wanting to have a podcast and be famous on YouTube. So it's like, it's rough.
I like being able to FaceTime people.
Yeah.
And I like being able...
it's convenient.
Yeah, it's like when you can't hang out with somebody, you can FaceTime them. And it's just fucking easy.
But then you go, oh, it's okay if they lock us down again. I can just FaceTime these people. Like, no, that's not okay.
Lockdown? Oh, should we talk about when that shit first started?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was hard.
I was fucking scared.
I was terrified because even my parents, they're old. My dad's 72, my mom's 60.
Yeah.
They were like, in our lifetime, we have never been through something like this.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew, well, I thought it was serious because that's how they were portraying it.
I mean, it's a real virus, but they blew it way the fuck out of proportion.
Now they're like, it's not even as contagious as we thought it was. No. All that stuff. You can be around someone with coronavirus.
It's a little worse than the flu.
Yeah. So, I mean, Trump's old. He's like as old as my parents.
And fat.
And he survived.
Yeah.
Like, prime example of surviving that stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously there's been deaths, obviously. And I hurt for that. That would be awful to lose somebody to something like this.
Most of the deaths were with 4+ comorbidities.
Yeah, a lot of it...
You were already gonna die, and then you got COVID.
That's something my mom was talking to me about, is someone in my family got pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
It was put down as coronavirus. Like, he was put in the records as having coronavirus.
And he's like, that's not what the shit was there.
And then they diagnosed him with pneumonia instead of corona.
Yeah.
So it's just like, obviously there was fake countings there, but when this shit first happened, I was working at the puppy store, and it got shut down twice because of it.
I remember you were like, oh, I have a job. Oh, I don't have a job.
No, I have a job. No, never mind.
Yeah. Ugh, stressful.
And that was the scariest part, was I didn't want to visit my parents because they're elderly, and what they were portraying at first was like, it's attacking the elderly and the young.
Yeah.
And now
it didn't attack the young at all.
I'm looking, and my dad goes to the casino and a grocery store every day. He's in town every day, and he has not gotten this shit.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know anyone that's gotten it.
My friend right now, Benji from college, his sister just got coronavirus.
Yeah.
And
but I don't know him.
That's true. His sister got coronavirus, and one of his cousins did.
Yeah.
But I haven't personally known anybody that had
same.
it. Yeah.
Same. Dude, I took it so fucking serious when it first started, you know? I didn't see it. I even, like, for, like, 2 months in, I didn't see any of my family. And then I was like, you know what? Like, this is getting fucking weird. It's been 2 months. They said 15 days, and that's when I started fucking just raiding shit all day long. And I was living with, I don't know. There was a lot of, like, problems with my apartment, too, and I had just left my job, like, literally, like, a week before the fucking pandemic, because this guy followed me out after my shift, and I lived across the street from where I was working, and he was like, hey, Kylie, and I was like, no, the fuck not. You're not gonna follow me after work.
Yeah.
I get off at fucking midnight, like, no. So I was, like, not trying to stay at my house anymore, and so Bo and I were trapped in the dorms in La Jolla. All of his roommates left, and it was just him in this, like, giant, like, 4-person dorm in La Jolla, and we were just staying in there by ourselves. But, like, lockdown, and, like, UCSD was, like, hardcore about the lockdown. Like, you could not go outside.
To get locked down with your significant other.
Yeah. We learned a lot. That changed me. Like, I'm so grateful.
Well, I think that this virus changed everybody.
Yeah.
Either for the good or not the good, but it taught you a lot. And
I've been through so much in this year. Like, I've lost my mind 4 separate fucking times. I'm just vibing out there. I'm like, I don't even want it back. I'm not even looking for it anymore.
2020 started with a bang for me, a restraining order.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of really bad stuff that I'm not going to get into.
That's all right. You don't have to.
Yeah. But then coronavirus hit.
Yeah.
And
fucking trauma.
I was going through all of my trauma, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready to be myself again. I'm gonna get out there.
Yeah.
And then fucking everything shut down.
Yeah.
No, you're not. And you get to learn yourself. You get to learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, I'm the type of person where I think you can take good out of any situation.
Right.
So even though everything's really, like, blurred lines with Corona, I think it's good.
There's always a silver lining.
It's good to be isolated for a little bit.
Yeah.
It really is. It's important to take that time for yourself and, like, learn.
Right. I don't think Bo and I would have left him for, like, another 5 years. I would have, like,
stayed in that.
If we didn't get locked down together and been like, look at what you're choosing. Because it was complicated.
Yeah. And I'm going to stay beside him.
Yeah. Bye. Sayonara, motherfucker!
What you're choosing.
Honestly, like, as far as, like, the emotional patterns and everything like that, like, our fucking head games, because we got into it, dude. We had the fucking head games.
I can only imagine when we hung out.
Yeah.
He pulled that shit.
But I would have been there. Like, I would have fucking stuck through it. I would have done the growth, and I would have done the work on myself. I know he would have too, but when it came
You're telling yourself that.
No, he really did change and grow a lot in our relationship. I really appreciated that.
I don't have respect for
Yeah. There was things that were fucked up, and it's like, I'm sure he could find things I did that were fucked up that I don't have the ability to just conjure the way I do with the pain he caused me, you know?
Yeah. It's easy
Personally,
to
I don't
remember.
think it was nearly as many, but... I was fucking there for you. I'm being nice saying this. Anyways, it was more so like the whole relationship I was telling you, don't follow these bitches on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he kept one in his back pocket, and it was like the day we ran into trouble, he fucking broke my heart over something, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I left. It was during the quarantine. That fucking night, he's hitting that chick up.
Yeah, they always do.
And then it was like you weren't supposed to even be following her in to start with. And then
when they know there's something that makes you feel insecure, and they keep doing it.
I think he felt insecure. I think he was like, this weird slut chick has been simping for me since she was in high school. She would do anything to have sex with me. She doesn't really know how I am a person. She just sees that I was an actor and I used to be really fucking hot. Doesn't actually know how I am. Not that he's not handsome. He is. But
no, it's a total insecurity thing
Yeah.
for those men. But at the same time,
how are you gonna do me like that? You didn't think about me at all?
You had voiced your
Yeah.
opinion to him,
Mhm.
and
Over and over.
in a healthy relationship, if something makes you feel uncomfortable, they do what they can to fix that because they care about your emotions.
I literally cried so hard one night I almost threw up when I was like, you don't know what it feels like. And I didn't have any social media at this point either, so I couldn't see what he was doing. And I was like, you don't know what it feels like
called me, I would have.
to be on the outside and feel like you have to compete with every fucking girl in the world and you don't even have the tools to do it. I'm like, you have access to every hot woman on the fucking planet to see them and to gawk over them. And I'm just sitting here being fucking loyal to you. I come home, I was working full-time, working nights, and going to school full-time. And he had depression, and I would still cook for him and clean for him and take care of him. Like, and then you're gonna still be on your phone looking at these fucking people as if I'm not like treating you like I'm your wife.
And you see like a butt on their Instagram, and you're like,
oh, it happened the first time I ever brought him to my dad's house. And I was like, I'll fucking kill you.
The worst thing is trying to keep that inside to be kosher in front of your parents.
Yeah, I was like, at my goddamn family's house.
You close the door and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
There were so many things, and this is where I'm upset with myself, because there were so many times where he crossed the line and crossed the boundaries that I had and that I had communicated. And there's something wrong with me where I give too many fucking chances.
You have a
I'm
big heart.
I'm gullible.
I feel that.
Like, someone can if you tell me a convincing story, and you know what? It's because I'm fucking honest.
We're honest, and
Yeah.
we want to see the best in people.
We do, and it's like, I would never, it's hard to understand why someone would do something to you that you would never justify doing to them. I'm like, I could never.
That.
I'm like, I can never do that to you, so how are you gonna do it to me? Like, he lost his mind over, I had this weird relationship with this guy where we were like kind of friends, and then it got kind of like sexual,
Yeah.
you know? But then I was like, I walked away from it. And then I started dating Bo. But we were in, like, these German classes together. And so when I started German again, I used to hang out with that guy a lot. And so everybody, when I came back to the class, was like, hey, is he coming back? Like, oh my God, we miss him, blah, blah. I literally texted him because I'm like, I want to make sure kind of that he's not coming back.
Yeah.
And it was just, like, awkward. Everyone was asking me about it. So I'm like, I don't know, I guess I'll text him.
You're put in a situation.
I was put in a weird spot. And it's like, I get it. I didn't have social media, though. I didn't talk to any of my exes. I was in no contact with them.
You're not
anyone.
the type to hide shit.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But this is where this gets weird. I was literally, like, homeless at the time, and I was staying with him in his apartment. I was, like, living out my car because my dad kicked me out. And then my mom was homeless at the time, too, so I was like, I need to stay with you.
Yeah.
I was in, like, fucking rough situation. It was, like, a week long, but still I didn't know when it was going to end.
Mm-hmm.
And, whatever, I texted him and I was like, hey, are you doing German this year? And he's like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm just staying at SDSU. And I was like, oh, cool. That was the conversation. I gave my boyfriend the phone that night as I went to bed, like, we literally shared, like, a twin bed in this, like,
I
little
know what the dorms are like.
And he was gonna go do something with my phone, and he had my password. I never, ever was secret with my phone. I'm still not. I'll hand a
Play some
perfect
music,
stranger.
babe, like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll hand a perfect. He was so, like, don't look at my shit. Don't look at.
That is the sign.
And I didn't know because I was like, I'd never been with someone like that. I dated men that lived across the globe, and I didn't have a fucking doubt in my mind.
When Wyatt was cheating on me, I could tell that something was happening because he wouldn't let me look at his phone.
Yeah. I have this gut feeling that Bo was unfaithful the whole time, just based off of the way things ended and the way he acted.
You can tell. If they're reactive,
yeah.
if they have a way to turn it on you being
he
insecure.
was always that I was so insecure.
Yep.
And then it's like I walked away and it made me sick and I got so skinny. You saw me.
Yeah,
I lost 8 pounds.
When you were fasting?
No,
Or
before that.
Yeah.
That was before any of that. That was when I was sick.
Yeah.
And oh my god. I'm just like venting, but my audience
No.
here, I really don't give a fuck.
This is genuine.
It's real. This is like what I fucking, and this is not to drag Bo. I literally love Bo. I would have fucking married him, and it's like,
I think you're gonna get over that.
yeah. No, but who he is, like that shit. Our shadows, I don't think is our divinity. The divinity
Not
in
who he
him,
is,
I
who
love
he
it.
could have been.
Yeah, but I have things that I could have been too.
Don't blame yourself.
Fuck. This bitch went to therapy. This bitch.
I went to 2 therapy sessions.
You fucking absorbed the lesson, because goddamn,
No.
breaking through my fucking my shitty talk.
That's the biggest thing that I learned from my abusive relationship was the entire time you're being gaslit. You're being told.
That word traumatizes me.
Oh,
Just hearing it, because when I would call them out, he'd say, "You're gaslighting me," and then I'd be like, "I don't even know what I said anymore." Like I couldn't even keep track of conversations.
My ex would throw things at me and beat me, and then find.
By the way, I can cut this out later if you
I
want, or
really
we can
don't
drag
care.
him. I don't give a fuck.
I'll fucking drag him. The restraining order is over. So like,
Yeah.
there's nothing. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna see this shit.
True.
But he did the absolute worst,
Yeah.
and I suffered the consequences. But every time that he did the absolute worst, he found a way to tell me, "I threw that at you because you said this. I did this because you did this."
Yeah.
And that's where you have to realize where you were being manipulated and where it takes so long after a relationship like that to realize that you were not the problem. Yeah, you might have done some things, but how much of that was reactionary or
Yeah.
reaction?
Yeah.
Like,
Our whole like jealousy, insecurity, trust issues thing. I was telling him from the beginning, I'm like, this came from you. Like, I never had a problem.
yeah.
Not one time I got mad at Brad because he had a Snapchat streak with a chick I didn't know. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, you're dating me, don't be Snapchatting this chick. I was like,
Yes.
are you cheating?
It's just like, what's going on there? What are you guys?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, girls will send. There's like a weird thing where people like people who are taken. They do. They want to fuck up relationships.
It makes them feel like they have social power. Like, I'm so good.
validated.
Yeah. I'm good enough for you to leave someone for me. And it's like, that's fucked up. And that's where my whole family's like, you should reach out to Brad. Like, you should tell him how you feel. And I'm like, I'm not gonna. He's with somebody. If he didn't want to be with her, he would not be with her, and then it would be my chance. But it's like, I'm not gonna go mess up someone who's seems like they're doing all right. Whatever the fuck. I don't know her.
That's
and you
very
know what?
good on your
and
part.
if I put myself in her shoes, I would fucking hate me. I would want to rip my fucking hair out. So I'm like, if we're all really connected,
Yeah.
if we really do have this collective conscious, I'm not gonna do that to myself.
But that's also part of doing good.
Yeah.
Putting good into the universe. You, no matter how much you want to talk to him, and you're like, this would sound really nice right now.
Yeah.
You know better, and
Yeah.
that's you putting good into the universe because
Right.
you know how it feels.
Right. And then there's also the part of me that's like, well, he had his chance.
No, but deep down, I know.
I love him.
Like,
Yeah.
he was a good man.
He was
And-
good to me. I had no reason to break up with him.
But we all go through what we go through.
I was
and
crazy.
I think you had some lessons to learn before that, and that's also what life brings you to. Is
Yeah.
It's a constant lesson. I sit here and I'm like, why did I drop out of college? Why did I run away from home?
I don't blame you for that.
I know, but it would, the people that I went to college with now.
Grossmont is
Graduating.
amazing vibes, by the way. Grossmont is like all the way there with the
Because I
vibes.
can fucking not talk to anybody and be cool.
It's great, dude. I would just go lay in the grass all fucking day. Like, and then go to my classes. Like, happy as fuck. Love community college.
But there's always whys. And there's always, I would love to have that comfort of somebody that I once knew. But in reality, everybody's changing and
Yeah.
everything has been a lesson since then.
True. So true.
There's so much to learn.
So much like motherly vibes coming from you right now, like healing my heart.
I'm like,
I'm taking it, thank you. Oh, I love it.
I'm a mother by nature. I
You
can't
are.
help it. I can't wait to be a mom one day. Well, I can wait.
I guess I will.
I guess I gotta fucking wait.
Yeah. Oh man.
But that's also part of my mom being open with me, and I think that's why I have such a nurturing soul. Is where my mom was always very nurturing to me, and I know what
What's that like?
I like to give that to people.
Yeah.
It's important for people to feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to
I
feel
agree.
understood and
I agree.
have some good feedback. I'm not fucking I'm no therapist, but I feel like I've got some good advice.
We all are each other's therapists in a way, though. Like, I went to therapy and I was like, this is exactly what I do with my friends, and my friends actually do it better. I was like, bless your heart and soul. I really liked my therapist, too. She was the shit. But I was like, my friends have fucking told me what I needed to hear before. You know? And I feel like my friends and I, we've all set up in you, we've set up this relationship where it's like the truth is the highest value.
Yeah.
You know, so I love you beyond, like, I love you, be kind to me, all that, but above all else, call me out on my shit.
Above all else, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to hear.
Yeah. Right now, where you're like,
I'm gonna tell you
where I'm
something-
trying to be the good guy and be like, well, he was a good guy too, and you're like, actually, it can be a little black and white.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's just because also I've been through that too.
Yeah.
And I've been in the space that you're in right now where I was like, hey, I did fucked up shit too. And I had that person there, Bree. She was the person that she went to court with me. She testified.
Yeah.
Like, she saw everything that happened. And even after the beatings, after everything, I would be like, well, it was my fault. And that's where I've come to terms. She would be like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for this. You didn't go into that relationship asking to be gaslit. You didn't go into that relationship asking to be told that you're insecure because he's messaging other women who he obviously had a sexual relationship
Like,
with.
and what is that supposed to make you feel like?
Exactly. Like,
know?
they're invalidating your feelings, and that's coming into it. An alpha man is not going to do that.
No.
A proper alpha man. An alpha man is not the guy that's going to be all
He's going to
rough
take
and
you
tough.
as a part of himself.
Yes, he's going to respect you. Respect is the biggest thing, and you can tell when you're being respected and when you're not being respected.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself that it's okay when you're not being respected.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, because it's my self-worth problems.
Exactly.
Going like, oh, I'm not that valuable, you know, oh, I'm kind of annoying, so I'll take these scraps where I can get it. And then at the same time, delivering the fucking most.
Yeah, that's...
Like, literally actually being a great fucking partner.
You do the most for a crumb.
Yeah. Yes.
You do the
It's an
most for a
addiction.
crumb. That is actually... There's a word for it that I can't think of right now, but infrequent validation is a very toxic trait in a lot of people. And someone will seem like the greatest person ever. You get in a relationship with them, they're complimenting you all the time before that. After that, you wear makeup, and they're like, why are you wearing makeup right now? One day...
The love bomb and then the...
Yes. One day, you wear makeup because you're going on a date. Oh, you look really good today. Oh my god. He
Yeah.
told me I looked good. Like,
Yeah.
you hold on to the little itty-bitty pieces
And then
that
you keep
he gives
reminding
you.
yourself of the good in him to
Exactly.
keep yourself there.
I think that's what you're doing right now is you're holding on to the
Absolutely.
good.
Except I'm gone from it.
You're gone from it, but you're still
Yeah.
holding on to the things that you were like, this was good.
Like, justifying why I stayed for so long when I knew a fucking week in
You gotta
that this
wait.
was wrong.
You're like, yes, he might have been smarter than other people that you had been with, where he, like, he was into the same shit as you, and he
Yeah.
would listen to things and try new things with you, and that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But he also gaslit you.
Yeah.
And he...
Which
did-
doesn't... This is what I want to say is, like, it doesn't make someone a villain. Like, I think a
No,
lot of the
no.
times when people are manipulating, they don't know it.
They have issues.
Yeah,
we all have,
issues. Yeah. And that's where I'm coming at it from. Like, I'm not trying to drag this person, but it's like, I feel like sometimes I'll avoid dragging them so much that I won't validate, like, the shit that hurt me and that
Exactly.
was real. You know?
Never invalidate your emotions because they were there for a
Dude.
reason.
They were immediately, literally, from texting before even meeting, I was like, this guy is not gonna value me.
That is your intuition
Mm-hmm.
screaming at you.
This is why I've been obsessed with Tyler my whole life, because it's that infrequent validation.
Cut.
No, literally, I'm not gonna cut it. I literally don't care. I literally do not fucking care. My life is an open book, and it's like, and if you want to fight me, then fight me.
Got Martha and we just do it right here.
Honestly, I mean, but for reals, it'd be like, you know, one day legit cannot get his attention. The next, randomly, he'd like grab my hand on the way to. And I'm like, what is happening? I was like, okay, do you love me or what?
That comes from the chase.
Yeah.
So internally, there's something in humans that just love the inconsistency.
It's addiction.
It's addicting because when you get it, it feels so good. But when you get it all the time, it's normal.
Yeah.
So you have to rewire your brain to see that consistency is good and inconsistency is toxic
Red flag.
and harmful.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, who has consistently tried to love me, and I'm like, me. I've consistently tried to love me.
That's a breakthrough.
Yeah. That's a breakthrough. I love how serious you are. That's a breakthrough. Yes. This is gonna be the best fucking podcast. This is gonna be number one.
If people can deal with emotions.
Well, fucking yeah. Sorry. Get with it.
It's real.
Take the red pill! Take the red pill! What are you doing?
Like, we can laugh through this shit, but at the end of the day, it's real shit that's happened, and it's factual about who people are and what people decide to put up with. And I've seen...
God, I'll tolerate so much shit. Not anymore. I used to tolerate so much shit.
We're learning.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of everything is a learning lesson. You learn from everybody, and I think from Bo, you learned to stop tolerating. You have to stop tolerating.
Just to raise my standards.
Yes. When a man does you wrong, you have to tell him, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Dude, my
and
own
this is
fucking
a strike.
family. I was talking about how, like, I raised my standards the other day, and my own fucking family was like, why? And I'm like, because I deserve it. And they're like, no, you don't. And I'm like, this is the problem. This is why. I was like,
my trauma.
I told them, like, I'm going to have a panic attack right the fuck now.
That's, I was with this guy for a while, and we obviously weren't going to be a relationship, but I really liked him. Mm-hmm. And somehow my family knew about it, because in small towns, everybody knows him. So they'd ask me about it. I'd be like, no, we just hang out. Keep it kosher with them. Yeah. My dad sat me down one day and said, you are valuable, and you are more than a fuck.
I love that.
And
so
I was
real.
like...
It's like very uncomfortable, but very needs to be heard.
I was genuinely shocked, but it's true.
That's being a dad right there for your daughter.
Fuck, it's been 21 years, and he's finally able to step up and be the man that I needed him to be in my life. And I'm at the point where I don't need that anymore. I don't need his validation, and I don't need...
But that little child in you does.
It does. Like, there's the little things that he does that, like, it's really good to have a good relationship with him again. Or...
For the first time. Yeah, same.
But at the same time, it's like... It's hard to take that advice when you haven't lived with it for so long. Yeah. So, that was something new, and that's something that's been sticking with me for a while, is like... Yeah. I've never had that fatherly advice, and to think of...
Just to hear those words, you wouldn't think... It's almost like magic. Like, you hear the words, and you're like, oh... yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's so gnarly.
Family is complicated. Family has so much to do with who you are mentally, and, like, even if you have a healthy home, there's still traumas that come with it.
I don't know if there's been many healthy... I think that's the rarity, is a healthy home.
It's so rare.
Very rare.
And I'm lucky to have the love that I had from my mom.
Same.
But even there was something that... there's always something fucked up.
Yeah, but we gotta focus on what we did get and the gratitude.
Exactly.
Because that's what keeps family together. Because it's like, I'm screwed up, you're screwed up, dude. We're in this fucked up, crazy thing.
Once you get to
Everybody take a breath.
Once you get to the age that you can see your parents as adults. Yeah. And be like, you're a person, I'm a person, people fuck up. Yeah. And you didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah. And I forgive you, and I value you, all that shit. I heard this thing, it's so funny, it makes me laugh whenever I'm around family. When I start to get heated up, I hear this, and I'm like, damn. It's like, family is so good at pushing your buttons because they're the ones who installed them. Right? It's like cute, but it's like, fuck.
Oh my god, that's so true. Now that I'm spending every day with my dad, like
you put this big fucking easy button here.
I'm learning how to uninstall them.
Good.
Yeah. That's the crazy. I'm like,
that's Neo in the Matrix, dude. You're controlling your reality.
am. I actually am.
You're
like,
the one.
I used to be very reactive with my dad, and I was very, like, I would freak out about the little stuff. And now he freaks out, and I sit there.
Yeah.
And
Hold
I'm
space.
like, this doesn't need a reaction from me right now. And, like, learning how to control those emotions is insane.
That's like, it's better than like airbending, honestly.
It fucking kind of is. Like,
It kind of is.
the energy.
Yeah. I keep going for my vodka, but it's all empty.
No.
It's just water. I'm staying hydrated.
Minion, can you go grab some?
Sorry, I'm karaoke minion. I know my joke.
I was rewatching, so I've been rewatching Midnight Gospel.
Love it.
Oh god, I love that
What
show.
did you take away?
So, I don't know if I think it's the 3rd episode. No, 4th.
Okay.
After the magic one.
Yeah.
I actually journaled about this. I've been journaling. I don't know if it makes me feel better or worse, but yeah.
But at least you feel.
Yeah.
That's the thing. At least you're feeling.
Exactly. But I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something about forgiveness, and she says, "Forgiveness is for yourself." And the guilt and the hatred that you feel towards that person is something that you do not need to hold on to. And if you don't forgive, it's something that you're going to be holding on to for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you do not need that.
Yeah. Is that the one where they're going like ground up into the meat?
She has the rose. No, that's the death episode.
Yeah.
I love that one too.
That one was great.
I fucking love that.
But wait, she has the rose.
She has the
wait.
rose in her mouth.
And she's like the warrior princess. Yeah.
I love that episode.
That one was really. They're all amazing. They're all really good.
The mom episode.
Yeah. Tears.
That
forever.
one taught me how to meditate, first of all.
I think it had a big part in my fucking shroom trip. Me getting born by this whole I'm giving birth while being born to this fucking.
That is something I would watch shrooms too.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, because
Actually, I'm an advocate of go outside on shrooms.
Oh,
that's the
true.
only way.
if we already go on our outside adventure and I'm still feeling it, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's for the come down. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, because I get real emotional.
I don't want
when
to
I come
peek
down.
at Midnight Gospel.
No. Then you're like, I'm tripping the fuck out! Am I a hamburger? Tell me!
Do I look like a hamburguesa to you?
Hamburguesa? What is that?
Hamburger? I don't fucking.
Oh, I thought it was like something at Taco Bell. A hamburguesa.
My brother calls
No.
quesadillas crocodillas. I have such a fucked up language from that.
Quackadilla. Quackadoodle-doo.
But I think everybody needs to watch Midnight Gospel.
Yeah, go watch it.
Go
Midnight
watch it.
Gospel on the Netflix.
It's such a good show, and
yeah.
it's probably the best show that is
I'm
on Netflix.
I'm changing the lighting because it's about that time.
Fancy.
But
the mom episode, first time I watched it, sobbed my eyes out.
rattled.
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
it hits so hard. And the biggest thing for me was when she's talking to him, Duncan Trussell.
Yeah.
And which I love Duncan Trussell.
Me too. He's a fun time, dude.
But she had cancer, right? She had terminal cancer.
Yeah.
And they're talking about what do you do about these emotions and how do you get through it?
Yeah.
And she holds his hand and she goes, "You cry.
Yeah.
You cry."
Yeah.
And that was just like the most validating.
She's a fucking mom, dude.
You cry.
Yeah.
And crying is actually something that my therapist told me was
Yeah.
crying is the best way to get your emotions out.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm a crybaby. I need to stop crying. Also, things that men are telling you. And
Some men.
Some men.
Yeah.
Boys.
Boys.
Hurt
boys.
boys. Traumatized boys.
Yeah.
And that's where you gotta learn to cry. You have to. It's such a release of emotions.
The last relationship I was in, the roles were so flipped that I like became very hardened and callous, and I found myself crying way less. And when I would cry just a tiny bit. I would literally cry just a little bit, and I would get crazy fucking migraines.
Oh, yeah.
Like insane.
the
Like
stress of it.
Yeah.
The stress of it all.
because I'm holding it back. I'm like, I have
Yeah.
to be the strong one right now.
It's
Like,
crazy how you take on the roles.
yeah.
You can see it, friendships, any relationship. that
I'm
you
normally
have.
in the masculine most of the time. It's so rare that I'm with someone and I feel feminine, and I'm like, I cherish those moments because it's like So I used to get mad at myself when I was a kid because I'm like, you're not being yourself, because I was so used to being in the masculine.
That's why I know when you do find the proper masculine man, it's gonna just be right. And you will find him.
Dude, I can't wait. We're gonna be stoked.
It's gonna be...
Power couple.
I can't wait for you to be the crazy aunt.
Dude, yes. I'm gonna be the crazy whatever the fuck I am.
This is Aunt Kylie.
Yeah. God. Stoked.
But, like I said, what's meant to be will find you. And I think we know that.
I'm waiting!
Jesus! Sweet baby Jesus,
Living.
7 pounds, 4 ounces. Jesus is in this room right now.
You know how much Jesus weighed? He was 7 pounds 4 ounces?
Let me Google this.
It's a little thing.
7 pounds something ounces. I was 5 pounds when I was born.
No.
I was,
You were a peanut.
I was no peanut.
The umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck 3 times.
Me too.
No way.
Not 3 times, but yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
thought I
came
was
out
gonna
purple. My dad was crying because he thought I was born like a dead baby.
Oh my god.
He had to
my
leave
dad
the room.
cried too.
Yeah, dude. Like,
What the fuck? The only time I felt that type of emotion from him.
same, honestly. Wait, does it say? Wait, can I read about alpha males while you get that? Oh, I left it.
How much did Jesus weigh? I forgot to put baby Jesus. It says 247 pounds.
Jesus was a beefcake! Dude, was he a fucking power lifter?
Baby Mary got ripped in half.
God, yoked ass Jesus, 240 pounds?
47.
How tall was he? Don't tell me Jesus was 6 foot. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's a whole
He
hunk of
can
a
like
man.
get it.
He was the perfect man.
He was 5'7".
No! Why is he so thick?
And nobody told me Jesus was fat.
Nobody told me Jesus was so fucking thick. His ass. Imagine Jesus' ass. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a sin.
We're all sinners in this
I like him
room.
big. 247 pounds
That
and
can't be
5'7"?
accurate.
What?
Oh, 7 pounds 6 ounces. I correct myself.
Okay.
Baby Jesus.
Oh, holy night.
This is a funny thing
Yeah.
that I was talking about earlier every time I pray to baby Jesus.
Yeah.
So I do it as a joke, but me and Katie, so we're always looking for antlers. We call them sheds.
Nice.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if I say sheds, people are going to be like, what the fuck are sheds?
Yeah.
But we'll walk around and we're looking for sheds. And I said, we were setting up trail cams to, like, track the turkeys and the deer and stuff.
Love it.
And
Mountain Key shit. Where are they going?
the deer chased us
No.
on the quad.
What?
Yes, it was beautiful.
That's bold of them.
They're curious creatures.
Yeah.
I love deer. I think they're my spirit animal. But anyways,
Mine's a meerkat.
I believe it.
You gotta keep busy.
I'm just like, I exist.
I'm like, what the fuck going on over there? Okay, we gotta run over here real quick. I exist.
I said, sweet baby Jesus,
Yeah.
7 pounds 6 ounces. Please help us find a shed. 2 seconds later, she goes, a shed. And she picks up a fucking...
Ah.
And I was like,
Power of the Lord.
thank you.
I'm all about Jesus, dude.
Once again.
I hope he comes back. Shit. I hope.
Jesus, I need you.
I do need you.
You need Jesus.
I do. Honey, I do. I need Jesus. I need Jesus.
Where are you?
Dude, I blessed these whole lands when I was running around on my shroom trip fucking singing the gospel of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That sounds beautiful.
I have never felt so powerful when I was singing before too, and I know it sounded good.
You,
I know it was good.
You have to think about that too, though, relating to nature and
Yeah.
being in nature.
Yeah.
And just
Rolling
the
around in the
connection.
sticks.
Were you in your bare feet?
I was barefoot in my pajamas, running around rolling around in fucking bushes going, "You can't get me, demons! You can't get me!" I was like, "Fuck you, Satan! I'm with Jesus!"
This is why we need to do shrooms together.
Yeah, and I grabbed onto the sun and I flew around in the sky.
I love this.
You need to watch the episode with my mom where I go into full detail about the shroom
do.
trip because it was bananas.
I've been disconnected for a long time.
That's all right, buddy. Get connected to me. When I start my cult, dude, you're gonna be my right-hand man.
Yeah, I'm starting a cult around Bean.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
How about just cats in general? I got
Yeah,
all
cats,
fucking sanctuary.
yeah.
When you get all the barn cats, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
my friend Ben and I have started a cult around Bean. I have one more person.
It's me.
I have 2 people.
Yes.
So there's 4 people total in the cult surrounding Bean, and Ben will ask me questions, and I say, "Hold on, let me ask Bean."
Yes. And so Bean is our supreme ruler.
Yeah, he makes the rules.
Okay.
He's very alpha. So
Yeah. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust your family. Just trust Bean.
yeah,
Bean knows all.
Bean knows all. Bean
Bean and I kept prolonged eye contact for like 30 seconds when you were getting your makeup done. We were just staring at each other. I was like, "Fuck you, what?" And he just looked at me and I was like, "I expect that."
Yeah, Bean don't fucking break eye contact.
Yeah.
He's strong.
I was like, "I'm proud too, bitch."
He, like me, people, you're someone that I can make eye contact with, but recently, since I've been hanging out with that guy, he's been telling me, he's like, "Why don't you look at me?" And I'm like,
No, I'm gonna do it a lot. 'cause
I'm
you
like,
mentioned it.
I don't fucking know.
Not me! Not me!
Look at who?
I'm afraid to tell you this, bestie! I'm afraid to tell you this, bestie! Joking.
I'm like, you don't know why.
Yeah.
And I ain't ready to explain to you why, but I ain't gonna look you in the eye while I do it.
Yeah, yeah. I like eye contact. I'm about that shit. Hey, you, on the other side of that screen. Look at me, bitch. You're a fucking coward.
Cunt.
But I love cunt. But I love you. I love you. Thank you for watching my show. I think this is the end. This is how we should end it.
Bean cults.
Bean cults? Holy beans. Wait, we should call it Cool Beans. We're the Cool Beans.
Oh my god.
Yes. 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 Wait, that is Nichols. Okay, if you guys made it through this, hell the fuck yeah. Should I bleep out names? You know what? Bravery. I'm not gonna do
really
it.
don't care. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, thank God. Everyone's always like, "Can you please go in and take out that and take out that?" I'm like, why the fuck you say it?
I'm like, they can fucking know.
They can fucking know.
can
You know
know
what?
I'm
You
talking
men,
about
you men could know.
Take some fucking pride in your actions, please.
Take some advice. Lord knows I'm looking forward too, so drop it in the comments for me. Boost me in the algorithm. I'd really appreciate the support. Subscribe, like it. I love you. Have a great evening. See you in the next one. Thank you, Catherine. Have a day.